and they would, or to keep the dust down.
Keep the dust down. I don't know what else they're adding to it. Even today, Black Horse is still it's not heavily traveled.
It is now.
Not well comparatively.
Comparatively, but during work hours, morning, they use it as a shortcut to avoid the light on Dean's Lane.
It still has that woodsy feel.
Yeah, it's still because there's a lot of wetlands there, fortunately.
And then the railroad tracks run right on the other side of it, right?
Yeah, and that was the one, my folks, my in-laws' house was one of the few houses on the road. Yeah.
Now describe what it was like to raise children here in South Brunswick.
Great.
Yeah?
Of course, our kids had a different advantage. Number one, well, we didn't have kids on Black Horse Lane, but there's 4 acres there.
Mm-hmm.
But here on Henderson Road, this house is about 1941. We moved in 1960, and we have 1.5 acres. Okay, and that it's a headache now to keep up as I get older because it gets bigger, I say, every year. But the road was quiet. Kids come over here from Kendall Park, where they got 1/4 acre there, if that, and they play football back here, and it was great for the kids because they had their privacy, but they had a lot of room to play games. In those days, you didn't play formal games. You made up your own. You played kick the can, you called hide and seek, you called king of the mountain, and the kids made their own games. In baseball, you had one bat. When you broke it, you put a screw in it and wrapped tape around the handle. In the baseball, when the cover came off, you had to also wrap it, not with electrical tape, but what they call friction tape. And you played with that ball until it fell apart.
So you were outside because there wasn't a lot to do inside because you didn't have all of the electronics and things like that.
In their day, they had TV. In my day, at first, we didn't. When TV first came out, there were 3 stations, 2, 4, and 5. And all of them went off at 11 o'clock at night, and they all played the Star Spangled Banner. I got tired of standing up in my own family room. But the kids came in when we had TV. But no remotes in those days. 10-inch.
Wow.
We always had TV, but we get the ones that my dad traded in. The only thing is, it was like a shoemaker. We never had our TV fixed.
Because he was in the business, okay.
Yep. But the kids had a wonderful experience. The schools were much smaller. My school, my high school, had 83 people in it.
Wow.
Yep. Matter of fact, we have 10 of us get together from high school at this bar and restaurant in Monroe. And today we're getting together and we all have lunch together, talk about the old days.
You doing that today, you said?
Yep, every 2 months on a Wednesday.
Oh, that's great, that's great.
Every Thursday.
So now you're a grandparent. I mean, it's nice being a grandparent. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
If you look behind you, we're great-grandparents.
Oh, okay.
Yep, they're in Portland, Oregon. We don't see them but once a year. Wonderful experience. Now, I don't want to brag about my grandchildren, but one just got a football scholarship to U.S. Navy at Annapolis, the Naval Academy. Another is on a scholarship for track to Monmouth University. But it's great having grandchildren because you can, like everyone knows, you can play with them and send them home.
Yeah, it's a good job. It's a good job.
Well, I recommend it to you, Randy.
Okay, yeah. I'll try to take you up on that. So, community life. You recently became a 50-year Lion. I saw this on YouTube.
Yep.
And you were honored by the Libraries of Middlesex for Volunteer of the Year for your work at the South Brunswick Library. How did you get involved with local township organizations?
I wasn't when I was younger because, I should say, raising a family. My wife really raised the kids. I was out working overtime, and after work I would be on the couch, I would be drinking, I would be outside once in a while mowing the lawn.
Mm-hmm.
But my father was a big volunteer, as I said. He was first aid, fire company, president of the Lions.
Mm-hmm.
I joined the Lions because of my dad. And I think the Lions, we were formed in 1953, and we're looking for members. We've been very decreased in size because any group, any club that does not secure new members is self-destructive.
Right, right.
But I've gotten involved because I knew a lot of the people. I used to be in a bowling league with the Lions, even though I wasn't a Lion. And I can't say enough about the Lions. And I said I would reach 50 years because my dad had been in the Lions over 50 years when he died. So I can't say enough about it. We help a lot of charities here. We help the schools. We help the rescue squads. Of course, our main feature is the blind. Now, when you ask about politics, okay, I have no trust except the...